Well, hello there, and welcome again to Rowlands Reviews. In this episode, I'm happy to tell you that we're back on track, and I'll be continuing to review vintage Star Wars playsets. Not unless I get another package from our John Baldry, that is. Truly a Star Wars legend. Obviously, just by looking at the thumbnail, you don't need to be a genius to work out what this episode is about.
He kinda looks like a baby.
Come here, I'm gonna eat you! I'm bigger than you, I'm higher in the food chain! Get in my belly!
Fat bastard.
Yes, he certainly is, isn't he? As you remember, my last review was the Dagobah playset. And chronologically, the next playset in line is Darth Vader's Star Destroyer. But unfortunately, that's in my mum's attic, 370 miles away. Oh no, my Ewok village is there as well. And my rebel transport. Oh well, I'm sure I'll get around to picking them up someday soon. And you know what? It'll be good to see my mum too. Let's move on to Jabba the Hutt Action Playset. Or should it be Jabba the Hutt and Action Playset? I don't know. Well, it's been a while since I've said this, so let's have a look at the box. And this one here is my original childhood box. I suppose it's had a bit of battering over the years, but it's kind of kept its shape. And look at that, Tesco's, £9.99. What a bargain, even back then. So let's get this intergalactic gangster out of his box. What the heck? What the bloody hell's this doing in here? Barry! Trevor! Have you been messing with my stuff?
It wasn't me, Tez, it was Buzzer. He was playing Star Wars with your stuff the other day.
Just leave it next time, would you? Idiots! Anyway, inside you will find Jabba's throne base. Bowl and pipe holder and hooker pipe. That sounds dodgy. So then, let's get this big chap on his throne. Oh, Barry! No, not that one. Finally, the big space slug himself. And of course, there's something missing. Salacious Crumb. And as we all know, he's a little bit of a Don't worry, this should keep him grounded. Now stay there! Let's have a look at these action features on this playset then. Jabba the Hutt has movable head and arms. His tail knocks over any action figure. And enemies of Jabba the Hutt end up in the dungeon below. And that's it really, just 2 action features. And the first thing that springs to my mind, although this might be a taboo subject, is the Jabba the Hutt action playset actually a playset at all? Even at school, myself and my friends would debate on this topic. Was Jabba just a figure, or was he a playset? And hopefully by the end of the video, I myself will come to some sort of conclusion. Oi Jabba, chuck us that TV remote, would you?
Everyone into the pit, salacious crumb. The next prisoner, Gamorrean guard. Gladly, Jabba the Hutt.
C-3PO, new Gamorrean guard, and Jabba the Hutt playset, each sold separately.
Excuse me, Mr. Hutt. You've captured my friend. Free him and keep me instead. That's a sorry tale, but this tale will make you sorrier. Guard, get the rope. You always get him in the end, Jabba.
Jabba the Hutt playset and other action figures, each sold separately, from Star Wars Return of the Jedi collection, new from Kenner.
The year is 1983, and can't you tell? After The Empire Strikes Back left us with this cliffhanger.
No, I am your father.
Star Wars fans were hungry for more. And how many years did you have to wait again?
3 years in the making. We were waiting for this.
All I've got to say, the Jedi have returned.
We're just fanatics out here waiting on Return of the Jedi.
The wait was certainly over when Kenner started to release their Return of the Jedi line. And Jabba the Hutt was a complete mystery to us. His name was dropped into the last 2 films. He wasn't a human, but he certainly sounded very ruthless. So ruthless, in fact, he had our hero Han Solo hiding in his cargo hold.
If I don't pay off Jabba the Hutt, I'm a dead man.
You were probably better staying on Hoth, Han. As a kid, I was astonished that we'd returned to the planet Tatooine, and what a return it was. And the scenes at Jabba's palace are one of my favourite highlights of the entire original trilogy. We finally found out who he was, and how he met his demise. Right, let's get back to the playset. I received mine as a gift at Christmas in 1984, and I appreciated it very much. But one thing always baffled me. Was Jabba the Hutt a playset, or was he a figure? This argument even harks back to my school days.
Pogo!
Always getting into scraps over this subject.
We seen what's going on down there?
Yeah, there's a lad down there claiming Jabba the Hutt's not a playset.
You what?
You want some more? Go on, hit him again.
And the confusion still baffles me into adult life. The only thing that makes this toy a playset is the addition of Jabba's throne. But if you compare this lump of plastic to the other playsets in Kenner's line, I don't think it stands up. So, the Creature Cantina playset. Obviously, that is a playset. The Land of the Jawas. It's an environment, making it a playset. And look at this. The Death Star Palatoy playset. Doesn't say playset on the box, but it's definitely a playset. Both Hoth sets, I'm going to say they're definitely playsets. And the Dagobah is 100% playset. In my opinion, surely a playset is a place, some sort of environment. It might have doors, walls, or at least a floor, which gives a feeling of space. And according to Wikipedia, the most common toy playsets involve plastic figures, accessories, and possibly buildings or scenery, purchased together in a common box. So with the addition of Jabba's throne, doesn't really make it law that it becomes a playset. Could Jabba just be a figure which comes with the throne as an accessory? But I suppose he was never given the title of a figure because he never appeared on the back of the Star Wars card backs. Oh, I'm probably overthinking this a bit too much. Is it a playset, Matt?
No.
Is Jabba
It's
the
a playset.
Alright, then.
Yeah, it's a playset.
It's a playset that comes with a monster character, a creature.
So I say he's a figure with a playset.
It says playset on the box.
Yeah.
I know that. Well, Shabby has a very good point. If only Kenner had labelled their box Jabba the Hutt action figure and playset, this bloody video would have been over by now. It's very puzzling. I'm going to have to piece together all the information I have. And if you've stuck around to the end of the video, hopefully I'll come to some sort of conclusion. Up next, we're going to have a closer look at those action features. And first up, we've got the Jabba the Hutt dungeon feature. I don't know about you, but when I was a child, seeing Return of the Jedi in the cinema was absolutely amazing. But on the flip side, I was shit scared of the Rancor monster. Watching it as an adult, it still puts the shivers down my spine. So let's see if this action feature can live up to those childhood expectations. Not really. Let's see if I can turn up that fear factor a bit more. Put that music on, Trevor.
What, this one?
Yeah, that's better. In you go, fellas. And the most fearsome part is the guys inside can get up close and personal with Jabba's butt. Well, let's get him out. Come on, out you get, fellas. I think the coast's clear now. Or maybe not. You know what? That rancor still puts the fear of God in me. Right, let's have a look at Jabba's whipping tail. Hit your mark, Luke. Everybody in positions. Awesome. Let's have another look. Does what it says on the tin, really. So, when it comes to the sad sack himself, both his arms articulate, he can do a little Jabba dance, and he's got that two-tone tactile plastic feeling to him. The back of his head feels like dead rubbery flesh. Nice. Well, you know what? Jabba does kind of feel like a figure. He has articulation. I mean, he's not a creature, like a Tauntaun or a Dewback. He's a character from the film. Oh well, I'm just going to quit my jibber-jabbering and move on. Let's have a look at Salacious Crumb then. Is he a figure? Because he definitely oozes with character. And his best feature by far is just sitting down.
I'm salacious. So salacious. Met a palace jester and they got it on. Escaped through the portal and I was born. Growing up in England sure was tough. Half man, half monkey lizard, life can be rough.
Oh, that was close. You don't really want to be on the Rancor's menu. Thanks for Salacious Rum for sending in that awesome track. Cantina Band, you better watch out. Before I forget, there's one last action feature that we need to look at. According to the original instructions, Jabba's slave collar could be attached to most Star Wars figures. I'm not sure if we could use that word in this day and age, so let's call them Jabba's shackles. As shown on the box, we can see Luke Skywalker in his shackles. And as a figure, Prisoner Leia was never released in the vintage line. So we can use her in her bounty hunter disguise as an alternative. Also, does that mean we have to change the name for Boba Fett's spaceship? Who knows? When it comes to display, this set has many options. The addition of size snootles and the Rebo band is a no-brainer. And what better method to liven up those goons in Jabba's throne room?
Jabba is massive!
Wicked! And if you're lucky enough to own the Tatooine skiff, you can recreate the shenanigans at the Sarlacc pit. Slide in your desert sail skiff and your AST-5, and there you go. Just imagine there's a Sarlacc pit sitting in the middle there. I don't own the Jabba the Hutt dungeon, so we'll just have to live with this. And by the looks of things, 8D8 is now in charge. Okay, we need to get Jabba's gang in. And there was an astronomical amount of figures released in this set. Are you ready? We had the Gamorrean Guard, Bib Fortuna, Reese, Klaatu, Squidhead, and Weequay. And not forgetting our heroes, Princess Leia in Bouche disguise, Lando Calrissian in Skiff Guard disguise, Jedi Luke, and then a second wave of figures, Klaatu in Skiff Guard outfit, 8D8, Nikto, and not forgetting size snootles and the Rebo band, Rancor Keeper and Rancor. And then the last 17 were released, Han Solo in Carbonite, Anana Man, Barada, Yakface, EV99, R2D2 with pop-up lightsaber. Also add in your generic figures, C-3PO, Boba Fett was there, of course Chewbacca, and why not add in a Jawa? And while we're at it, Dr. Evil's cat, Mr. Bigglesworth. So once and for all, I want to crack this puzzle. Is this a playset or is it merely a figure? Once you start adding each and every character, the pieces start to slowly fit together. This thing doesn't have walls, doors or ceilings, or that many action features. But once all the pieces are in place, I can conclude, over many decades of differences of opinion, I have finally come to terms that this thing is a fucking playset.
Tez, what's this playset doing in fridge?
Stand by, Chewie. Here we go. Cut in the sublight engines.